All right. All right, we're gonna see. Matter of fact, let me see if anybody I know is online. Yes. My dog playing up. Adam. Dang. Bro. Look at this, the Joker. That's crazy. That's crazy. What we gonna do? All right. So welcome to free game. This is called Game Day. Basically, you're gonna be seeing me break down different gameplays, different games. Sometimes you're gonna see me on Call of Duty or just different games, just breaking them down. And a lot of times I'm gonna be promoting my different YouTube playlist and future YouTube channels on this as well. And we'll be talking about a lot of different topics. Yeah. And don't get it twisted, man. I played this board I think twice, so you gotta give me some slack. Might not be coming out of here with the biggest, might not be coming out here with the MVP award, but it's my first time playing this board, so oh, she's not a sniper. Got no sniper either. Really? Oh, bro. Homie can't snipe. Homie can't snipe. Homie can't snipe. That ain't good. And you see 3 people respond, I mean, they all got taken out. Watch y'all bees, which is watch your back in Ebonics. Watch your back. That's what happens when you drink a Celsius at 10 o'clock. Should have not drunk a Celsius. Oh shit. Hopefully my team is somewhat decent. I don't want to be a blowout over here. Come on, man. It's simple. Don't die and take the lead. Take the lead and don't die. All running in the same direction. But they go in the same direction. I'd rather go the opposite direction. I know what to do. Oh, I should be. Team is doing an awesome job doing nothing. Look at me hating. Over here hating like I'm where I'm at. Ain't I'm number 2. Right. You know, I'm number 2. I thought he was 3. But I ain't the best player on it. This ain't my board, if you get what I'm saying. Oh, come on. Oh, they still over here. Man on the run. I'm like, why you got glasses on? My eyes look crazy when they are. Oh. My eyes look stupid. Bro, where is my team at? What is my team doing? We down by 9. We can come back and actually pull this off. Yeah, if we're strategic about it though. Oh, well, I'm over there. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right. They want to come around. They want to do it. Keep doing the same thing. My homie just standing here. He about to get shot. Bro. They shot each other. Crazy. That us? Oh, that's them. Shit. Get up out of there, homie. Money. Oh. Get some sounds going. So welcome to the game. Again. This is called Game Day. And this is what we're gonna be doing. We're doing live stream, playing different games, me breaking them down. And also we get the opportunity to promote my different platforms and different playlists that you will come across on this platform. But anyway, smoking free game. And This is called game. So it'll be like breaking down the content and games that come out. Either I'm gonna begin work, I'm gonna be putting in work on here. I feel like I was putting in work, but my team wasn't. But that's hating. You're gonna see a little bit of hating on here. I don't know what that was. But it's called game day. So let's see here. I want y'all to make sure y'all like and subscribe. Crazy. Let me see. Go to playlist. Alright, let's see. What we gonna be doing? Hardpoint. Damn, wait a minute. It's 29 to zip already? What the fuck is my team doing? They just gave up on the objective? My team gave up on the whole objective already. Like, what's the point? It's fine. Really? I don't understand. Let me see what other stuff I'm trying to actually do. Oh yeah, I like this instrumental. Somebody. Alex should be asleep. Really? It's 11 to 104. 11 to 104. this is the portion of the free game live where we're gonna talk about the other different platforms that I got and that I'm working on. So the first one is called FG The Journey, which I'm gonna be breaking down how I'm creating multiple different channels and why did I get started in creating content, and what's the best way that you can go about creating content that's affordable, that makes sense for you. The second thing I'm gonna be talking about is called, obviously, Game Day, which I'm on right now, where I'm gonna be doing game breakdown, and like you might see me doing zombies or like multiplayer breakdown competitions, or I might be just breaking down gameplay, like actually playing the campaign of some of these games and going to the next standpoint. One or the other. Either I'm gonna be really good at it, or I'm gonna be trash. I ain't gonna lie to you. The next one is called FG Welcome to CD, which is Welcome to Conspiracy Days, and this is the fun part of the podcast where we're gonna talk about a lot of discussions that's based on conspiracy theory. So a lot of them TikTok videos that y'all come across all the times, that y'all see on other different social medias. This is the platform that we're gonna be discussing those different topics, and it's called Welcome to the CD, which is Conspiracy Day. I know a lot of y'all millennials is like, oh man, CD's here. Oh yeah, that's true, but it stands for something different. All right, you're gonna recognize, especially when I start releasing music, that I'm when it comes down to metaphor. What is he doing? What is he doing? When it comes down to metaphors, like I'm approved to use have the same meaning. The next topic we got is called FGMM, which is called Moving Mountains, and basically we're gonna focus on physical and mental health. And I'm gonna give different things that I have done in my past to help me with physical and mental health. Obviously, every single person is different, but like I say, if you can pour into somebody something that's positive, it might motivate you to pour into somebody else. So the whole goal is to keep that positive motivation going and moving in the right direction. So that's called FGMM, Moving Mountains. Let me see, I'll run that one back. I like that shit. The next one we got on the playlist is called FG Deception versus Transformation, and this is clearly geared towards my Christian folks, my brothers and sisters that are brothers and sisters under God, through Jesus Christ. Their faith is strong, being a Christian, and we talk about the deception and we talk about transformation. Also, I'll be talking about different things that I wrote down that I'm later on will be publishing and putting out a book called Deception. That it's nothing greater than the Bible. So my reference point is always going to be the Bible, and I'm geared only towards pointing people towards the Bible. So, like, deception and transformation is the only things that I went through and personally experienced. So your best reference in life, if you know, is the Bible. And a lot of times you're gonna realize a lot of these cats who try to twist words and try to make their own meaning, that's where they get their best references from. Alright? It's called FG Deception versus Transformation. You gotta understand what that deception looks like and transformation so you can have a clear understanding in a relationship with God. The last but not least, this ain't the last, far from it. FG in the lab basically is gonna focus on music content. So, like I said, different music that I put out or I feel is out there currently. No matter if it's R&B, hip hop, country, whatever it is. be doing album breakdowns on what I think that was actually pretty good, what I feel like was a slap. To be honest, I don't really like there's some radio bangers that I really mess with. And clearly, if I mess with it, it means it just got a lot of energy, high tempo, and I can work out to them. But I'm more of a B-list type of guy. I like people getting to their bag with making B-list type of music. And most of the time, you have more meaning, or you're trying to get a message across when it's a B-list type of song. So that's called In the Lab FG. And like I said, we are focused on music and album reviews, and also me talking about the music that I'll be coming out with. It's called Free Game, and giving my solid opinion about Free Game. The next one we got is called FG Bet on Yourself. Bet on Yourself is basically a platform talking about financial growth. It's a lot of people that don't know where to start, or they got so many. Either it's two things: too many options create no options, because you don't move and you be stagnant and you don't know what you should do first. The advice that I would always recommend is create you some stability, get you a career and get you some stability first, and then out of that stability you create your hustle, you create your business, and you create your growth, and you create your generational wealth. You try to make sure that you are diverse when it comes down to investing, and it's about practicing discipline and commitment. Those are a couple of different topics that I know for sure people will work on, and a lot of people forget, discipline and commitment, meaning when you start something, follow through. A lot of times people do not follow through, and they might get mad or upset with the results, and it's only, the only one they can blame is themselves if they don't follow through or they don't truly commit. So, that's called Bet on Yourself. I'm about to run that beat back. I like this instrumental. Everybody got problems. Basically, it's talking about relationships. It's the dynamic between men and women. It's because there's too many platforms that's out here, and they putting man against woman, or they putting woman against man. And you know what's so crazy is everybody got problems. So it's like, it's one of those where it's not trying to blur the lines between people who are mixing up these podcasts and the platform in the first place, because it's a lot of people that's putting out, single behavior and promoting single behavior, and it's supposed to be a relationship-based podcast. I'm like, well, if you're going to have a relationship-based podcast, then make sure you gearing people up to stay committed in their relationships. There's too many podcasts where they're trying to have it both ways, because everything look nice, and they're not gearing up people to say, where the discipline at? Where your self-commitment? So that's called Everybody Got Problems. And the basic goal for it is just, I want to make sure people clearly are trying to build their relationships. We're talking about the good and the bad, the things that people need to work on, all that stuff. Let's see, the last one we got is called FG Sports. FG Sports is cool. It talks about local teams, my Pistons, my Lions. I don't know too much about my Red Wings, but I will be tracking what they're doing for the season. Who are they playing? What's their record? Same thing with the Tigers. Obviously, this is the off season for the Tigers and the Lions. But I'll be first starting off talking about my local teams, things that I've seen that they improved on, things that they need to improve on, and I will also be talking about playoffs. So, obviously the top teams that's in the playoffs and what they're doing, because I want to compare and contrast the teams that's in the playoffs to my local teams and things that we need to do so we can get to the playoffs and make that leap ahead. But that's free game. That's basically the fundamentals of free game that I got for y'all, and that's gonna be basically where people, do better. I might have a segment focus a little bit on debating, but I might have a section to talk about, from a health standpoint, and point of view from a respiratory therapist, right? I don't know if anybody know. I know for sure that I love education. My job as a respiratory therapist is also a part of being an educator. We have students, and our goal is to educate those students so they can be better individuals. So when they get into the field of being a respiratory therapist, it's they already know what to do. Like, that's literally the goal.
Safety is off. Scout pulse activated.
Finally winning one.
Confirm.
I'm telling you, if I ain't had these glasses on, my eyes would be crazy. We switch it up, about to switch it up.
1 2 1 2. Alright. So elevator please on. Anybody in you're going crazy. Also, on free game, the biggest thing I want to talk about too is, let me go to my description real quick. Channel. Go to more. Alright, so you gotta figure out which social medias you want to promote and which social media is going to pay out. So a lot of times you gotta figure out if you're going to do a video and you might not get monetized off of it, then you gotta have a mindset that's going to be used to promote so you can get subscribers and you can get views and likes. Every video that you do is not going to govern you.
Yeah, can you hear me? All right. So, my bad. What I was saying was, you gotta figure out for yourself which social media you're gonna use that you can use for promotion and marketing, and which one you're gonna monetize and make money off of. Well, it makes sense that the ones that pay the least you're gonna use to market and promote, and the ones that pay the most you're gonna use to monetize. Now it also makes sense that because of that, more people flock to the ones that monetize, and you're gonna have to pick and choose every so often. You're gonna have to do a video where you're not gonna be able to monetize, and that's cool. You gotta be like, all right, I gotta do 3 promotional videos, out of 2 weeks, and then 4 videos I'm geared towards trying to monetize and capitalize off of. You gotta have that mindset, because basically that's how you gonna scale up your platform. So you might do some video reviews of somebody else's content, and it's gonna be up to you to say, all right, I'm not gonna be using this to monetize off of. Obviously, once you get your viewers up, your subscription up, everything like that, you can always choose to, make less marketing videos and make more videos that you can just obviously give your opinion and monetize off of that. But that's a couple of different things that you gotta be mindful of. So the different accounts that I got so far is I'm gonna be promoting is on IG, Facebook, TikTok, Patreon, Twitch, and X. And obviously if you want to support the channel, you want to like and subscribe, make sure you click on the Cash App or at the PayPal if you want to buy me a coffee. A few other things I will be talking about. Let's see here. Came out of nowhere. Hold on a second. Let me go to, I said, well protected, birth land. Let me do that. All right. Team doing? Oh, how are you lose? Oh, I'm on last place too. Let's get it together. Oh, really? Another thing that people need to focus on is make sure you know how, like, you gotta be able to promote yourself. So, like I said, right now this is me gaming, but on different platforms, I'm gonna make sure that I'm almost, what that name is, repetition. I'm gonna have to repeat 3 times my other platforms. Go over that list, and people gon', you know, there's ways you can do it. You can hashtag your way into certain platforms, certain avenues. Like the whole goal is like just to add value for anybody who is coming across any of these videos. Man, 87 to 78. Oh wow, that's crazy. I'm surprised my I'm surprised that battery ain't even died yet. Alright, let me see what I'm gonna be playing. Oh. Man, where my team at? Hey, my team.
Initiate objective control.
Alright, so I think I'm gonna have a segment on here called freestyling. Basically, freestyling is based on the different topics that I got. I'll be talking about, without using bullet points, I'll just be talking about a couple of the different topics that I got. And you know, things that's either current events or things that's just been on my mind in the first place. So, things I want to talk about. Man, what is going on with my team? It's crazy. It's literally 60 to 120. I ain't gonna lie, I'm struggling, so I know I ain't nobody. Struggling. Like, this is crazy. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be no in between. Either I'm gonna be a dog or a dog.
Scout ball set. Not this time. Calling in
Crazy. Flying right into each other. Dark.
Operator establishing score streak.
Just push some light up in here. I don't know what my team is doing. This ain't gonna be a while. Oh, better. Oh, defeat. Damn. Alright. So I'm gonna use this little break to promote the other different playlists that I'm about to be creating that I already got. I'm gonna be uploading. So let me see here. That's the thing. Biggest thing is you can't waste no time on promoting yourself, your own content. That's the beauty of it, is you can dictate your own growth if you choose to, promote. If you choose not to promote, well then it's only yourself. Only one you can blame is yourself. Let me see here. All right. Which instrumental do I want to talk about? Let's do this one. What are you doing? Oh, You got a headache? You not feeling good? Oh.
We're winning. Keep it that way.
Hope you feel better. Love you too. You said what? When you get done, you can turn this light off when you get done. All right, appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you. I hope you feel better and get some sleep. All right. Oh man, just got kicked. It's all good. Bros, I really don't need to charge this boy yet. I'm gonna play this one more time. Get this. I wonder what. Alright, let's try this. Run it back one more time. Let's see something. I start talking about these different platforms here. This is Lost. Reaching Isolation. Might run this one back. We're gonna talk about free game. We're gonna talk about the different snaps. We're gonna talk about the different playlists that I got currently that I'm gonna be working on. So stay tuned. Really? 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 So before I get into talking about the different playlists that I have for free game, I want to give some, some advice. Some solid advice. Right, the solid advice is try to find ways that you can monetize off of things you love to do. Plain and simple. Find ways to monetize off of things that you love to do. You don't mind doing. If you can kind of figure that out, then you figured out life itself. The crazy part is, like, I absolutely love my career. that I do, like what I do in the hospital, but I also love this journey that I'm on, creating, learning how to edit videos, being creative when it comes down to editing videos, creating videos, because even though I'm doing for my, like right now is this panel is like, it's just my platform. I don't see this just for myself, but my goal is to pass this game on to others, people around me who want to do the same exact thing. And I want to go and show people like, okay, well, how do you create CapCut? You know, how do you go on Kavana and create you a solid, you know, logo, or you know, how do you use ChatGPT to create me some solid you know, logos and brands that you can use, and also use you know, ChatGPT just to say, well, what's the most efficient way that you can go about creating content that makes sense so you can scale up from that standpoint. Biggest thing that I would always recommend is you gotta stay committed. A lot of people fall victim because they don't stay committed, and while you're not being committed, somebody else is gonna outwork you. And guess what? As a content creator, you are gonna be chasing, your competition is the ones that, you know, to be right next to you. So from a competition standpoint, you know, releasing content is something that, you know, a lot of people gotta realize is like, why do they fail, or they have a success rate that's not the greatest as their counterparts? Because their counterparts is putting that work in. They outworking you. You know, people get mad at the way things is. I'm like, it's about when you play the game. You gotta scale up. But the first thing is you create your stability, so you don't have to go through and put all your eggs in one basket and moving out of desperation. You know, my advice is you never try to move off emotion. You don't make wise decisions when you're moving off emotion. You never try to move off of desperation. Never try to put your place in the, or never try to put yourself in the place of desperation. So, you know, like free game is basically that, telling people how you can move, how you can scale up, how you can build something that's yours, and not just yours, but you can turn it into whatever you want to do. So from a standpoint, like, you might be somebody who is camera shy, you don't want to be in front of a camera, but you might get good at editing. You might be good at actually putting video content together and doing the work that a lot of people choose not to do. You know, the internet is only growing. I would say, you know, as a creator, a content creator is about the things you're talking about. You got to go back and look at the things you truly are talking about, and are you motivating or are you distracting? You know? Are you talking about self-growth, or are you talking about ways people can get distracted and fall into their own self-destruction? That's why we'll talk about, you know, religion. It's going to be from a standpoint where somebody can identify, because a lot of times people like to separate themselves, but that's the work of the devil. The devil wants you to separate. You know, the way he always can conquer is through divide and conquer. And he separates you from your viewpoints, your religions, your political views. And the more he separates, the more you escape from the first the first principle out the New Testament. You gotta love thy neighbor. Have faith in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, but then you also need to love thy neighbor. So many people fall victim to the Old Testament because they want to step on somebody so they can pick themselves up. Instead of saying I wanna focus on self-growth and I wanna pour into others just like God has poured into me, they do things where they focus solely on stepping on the individuals underneath them just so they can feel good. Because I've seen people come on platforms and they'll quote the Bible, but you know, I always say the devil know the Bible as well. Your actions speak louder than the words. Sorry, there's a lot of individuals that will try to go toe and toe with somebody from a Bible verse standpoint. But brother, most of these quotes that you saying is coming from the Old Testament. It's not saying you should not know the Old Testament. I say the Old Testament and the New Testament is intertwined. So, you know, when you go through the book of Isaiah and he's speaking things about the book of Genesis and the book of Revelations, you know, you might find a little bit more understanding when you get to the book of Revelations. What some of those, you know, prophecies mean in the first place. You know, the book of Daniel. But, you know, when you get to the book of Revelations, you can't understand what the book of Noah. When they say, you know, the days of Noah, if you ain't never read the book of Genesis. You know, I feel like, you know, this is just me freestyling, but I feel like a part of working on your mental health and your physical health is people need to build their connection, their relationship with God. And sometimes that means, like, yeah, I'm on the game, but my mornings start off with just sitting in silence, right? You gotta get 30 minutes of sitting in silence. You know, you pray when you wake up. Be thankful. You know, if you don't know how to get humbled, you know, fast a little bit. Sacrifice the things that people need as a necessity, and that will help you get humble. Because people don't really truly know how to understand how to be humble. And sometimes it's okay. You gotta fast and get humbled, or God will humble you. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing when they say, you know, either you're gonna sit down or God will sit you down. Everybody's single, like, we got a plan until you find out, you know, there's a different plan for you. So, you know, my advice is for people to find ways to where when you find opportunities to help individuals, the goal is you can help an individual first, and then if they choose to profit off of it, then you can profit off of it. A lot of times we got the mindset where always thinking about money first, and helping somebody second. So it's like, you know, how can you actually um, you know, your values, your priorities is measured. You only want to help people until you get recognized. I always say that, my biggest thing was saying it all depends on the message and not the messenger. So when I get on YouTube, when I get on different platforms, and I hear people talking about the same thing I've been thinking about, or I started to think about, I love it because it's confirmation. There's so many people that want to put themselves in the forefront to be first at everything, and it's not always about being first. It's about making sure that you being right. First don't guarantee success. Success comes when you are right about something and you standing on solid ground and a solid principle. Like I always say, you got so many individuals that think this is crazy, but this is real. You got a lot of people that push a hero mentality. What that means, right? It means a bunch of individuals who will create problems just so they can be the heroes of those problems. Sounds a lot like Zeus, if you ask me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you don't, it'll be explained later on. But all I'm saying is, you gotta be careful of those type of individuals because they don't have your best interest at heart. They truly don't have your best interest at heart. You gotta make sure that if somebody is looking to create problems and that's how they can offer solutions, then you first of all you get played and you fall a victim because you playing in they say, look, from a business standpoint, friction can create value. What that means, right? A lot of times people create friction in the workforce, meaning they might fire somebody. They might, create competition in their own work environment, and they doing those type of things just so competition can either bring down the prices of things, but it's reasons why people create competition. You create that friction. Now, I always gotta ask people, like, where is it coming from? Is it coming from a genuine place? You want to see the best out of somebody? And what that means is, friction would be like, I believe if you love somebody, you gotta chastise them, right? You don't want to let them keep going down, sliding down, and being in the same predicament because you want to baby somebody, and you don't want to like sit somebody down, tell them this is the things you need to do to get yourself together, so you can be a better individual. Sometimes it's okay to sit somebody down and say it's time to grow up. It's time to pull your pants up and wear a suit and tie. And don't get it twisted. Like, I'm on here gaming, but a lot of times my future already wrote out saying that I want to come off and be professional, because you gotta dress for what you want. You have to dress for what you want. And what that means is, it's okay, you need to buy a suit and tie. And if you're gonna talk about finances, then make sure you dress in professional. You're gonna talk about faith, relationship with God, how the story of Jacob and Esau is still playing out. Then it's okay to make sure you dress in a way that is reflecting it. If I'm talking about physical and mental health, then it's okay to say, guess what? I'm gonna get away with just wearing a t-shirt, just making sure the logo is not on it. Because I can talk to you about sometimes you don't want to get promoted something and you get flagged because you have certain logos on your shirt and you don't want to fall victim to that. You may have the greatest content in the world, but don't let the littlest things set you back. And when the game of life is, you are going to have setbacks. So that's the honesty of it. Don't let them lie to you and tell you that it's so many different ways to play the game. Like the most solid advice I've seen, somebody was saying, look, y'all playing these rules like, you know, everybody's governed with the same rules, and that's the farthest thing from it. As much as everybody want to keep it a straight face, you know, play it safe, they're telling you to play it safe, but other individuals is basically getting away with, you know, getting rich. You need to study, you need to work hard, you need to push ass, you need to get a career job, and, you know, govern yourself accordingly that way. While they're doing the complete opposite. They're making shortcuts, they're networking with individuals, and the reason why they're getting raises is because they're creating relationships instead of just saying, I'm gonna just further my degrees, my associates, my bachelors, my masters, but then they haven't acquired any relationships in the fields that they want to go into. I always say, if you choose that you want to go into a certain field, it makes sense that you be an apprentice of the field that you want to go into. Just shadow some of these individuals that you want to get, that you want to, you know, be in the field, and go from there. Like, I think it's important that a lot of times people find ways to do those things so they don't have their time wasted, and then they get into something and they realize this is clearly not what they want. So, man, these are just a few different things that I'm gonna be talking about on my platform. But yeah, the whole premise of free game is literally free game. Advice from my perspective of how you can better yourself and move differently. Don't fall victim to some of these people who are complete hypocrites. You know, I've seen so many people who get on certain platforms and they love to judge others and, you know, put people in categories. I'm like, you know, you got characteristics of somebody else who used to do that. That's in the Bible. And don't get it twisted. There's not a lot of gray areas when it comes down to, you know, if you are a believer in God or if you're a believer in Satan. You know? But this is gonna be my last one, and I think I'm probably do a little bit of editing tonight. I might, based on this last conversation I'm gonna have, I'm probably gonna finish up and do an actual video breakdown. But, you know, one thing I want to promote, and this is why I say discipline is everything. I want to promote discipline. Be as strong as your will. You know, mankind always say, we beg for free will, but sometimes, you know, when you let it be and let God do your will, then nothing can compare to your will, because your will is God's will. So people gotta ask themselves and challenge themselves, you know, what would you be able to sacrifice? You know? What were some things that you know for sure that you feel like, alright, things I can live with, live without? You know, I don't know, a lot of people have ever been through situations where they lost everything, like the story of Job, and, you know, got it in them to still keep their faith. That's the thing about it. That's the thing about it. Like, the story of Job, you gotta remember, like, lost it all, right? And through his faith, got everything back because the devil wanted to test. He was trying to test Job. He was questioning God. And the craziest thing, don't get it twisted. You know, Satan, that's not, God is not Satan's, right? You know, Michael is, Archangel Michael. God don't have any evil. There's nobody that can equate to God. It's only those who are jealous of him. And I always say, as much as they want to, you know, don't fall victim to you know, people who is trying to, you know, create or be a part of creating his kingdom on earth, because that was spoken in the Bible, that it would be those who were trying to create his kingdom on earth. And they want to tear you away from your faith. They will do things to try to break you. You know, there's ways that they can try to break you. Like, it's not a, you know, people be thinking like it's not a race thing. They even talk about religion. You know, sometimes separation. For example, I see people. It's not dealing with race at all, man. This is you can be classism. It can be race. It can be sex. It can be height, weight, nation. Like literally anything to separate and put individuals against each other is another form of just that. You give one person, you know, $1,000 for free. Another individual, you know, did twice the work and got nothing, or did the same amount of work and got nothing, well then you already creating what's called friction. Division is friction. So that's why sometimes people need to be a little more vigilant and realize what that looks like. You need to truly understand and what that actually looks like. Like if somebody, you know, who owns everything, and they bless one individual, and they don't bless another individual doing the same work, then you already they're defeating you mentally. Because, you know, they put resentment in your heart. Them putting that resentment in your heart is why people fall victim to defeat. It's because they like God. You know? That's why they say you gotta separate yourself from, worldly things sometimes. You can't feed into these worldly things that just be out here. And you need to figure out ways that you can separate yourself from these worldly things. So you don't fall victim. Don't fall victim to classism. And let them separate y'all. I think that, y'all not on the same boat. But understand that's the beauty of the Old Testament and the New. You look at how God felt against a Gentile, somebody who was not, from Jewish descent. And when Jesus come and he realized that as Gentiles that got way more faith than the fellow Jews. So what the whole thing is, you can learn, you can truly do learn, and forgive individuals who might not see it the way you see it, or might not look the way you look. And you shouldn't you should never cast no doubt. That's why they say you should never place judgment on no individual, because if that's the case, you look at Abraham, you look at Peter, you look at Saul, you look at so many different flawed individuals that was in the Bible, but God didn't place judgment. And he seen people that he can fix. He fixed them and put them on the plateau because they was humbled. He could have went after people who was already, spiritually fixed. He could have went out of people that was, already devoted towards him. But he didn't choose to go in that direction. He choose to go after broken individuals and say, listen, I see more in you that you might not see in yourself. So we should never try to cast doubt on somebody and try to figure out why things are the way they are and who he choose and why he picked the people who he choose to pick. That's not up for us. Sometimes that's the biggest test that we all fail. We always look at individuals like, man, and we place judgment on individuals, not knowing that that individual probably was sent in your path, in your direction, to see if you would pass or fail the test. Y'all gotta ask yourself, did y'all pass or did y'all fail the test? You cast judgment on the individual because based on the way he looked, but the person looked homeless. You start placing judgment on him. Story of Saul, and how he became Paul, but he was clearly a flawed individual. And that's the beauty of it, is where you say, people's imperfections is, God will accept people with their imperfections. What did I tell you? God will accept people with their imperfections. And it seems like the devil just want people to perfect their imperfections. Don't it feel like that? Don't you ever get that feeling that sometimes the devil wants you to change your exterior, wants you to change your mental, your physical, like not in a way that's natural. I'm talking about unnatural. So sometimes, I would say, self-hate is real. It's sad, but yeah, self-hate is real. And I think a lot of people fell victim of self-hate. It's a lot of individuals that can have it all. They talk about, all the money they gained, accomplishments. Your accomplishments don't mean nothing if it can't get you past, those pearly gates. We got things in common. Birth and death. I'm trying to be morbid, but I'm just saying, I always say, I always try to figure out, all right, what is the direction that a person is trying to point me in when they get on these platforms, when they just start talking. And, don't mean you gotta agree with every single thing, but what is the direction that an individual is at least trying to point in? Because I do feel like it's a lot of people that point you in the wrong direction, because a lot of times people want to monetize and they profit off your pain and misery. So what that mean is what that mean is when I say people profit off their pain and misery is I seen people who only they narcissists, man. Like they don't add no value. Well, they try to add value, but they add value. Like I said, there's two kind of people. It's either people who add value by putting you down, telling you how you messing up in life, telling you how you just too late. That just give up. It's a lot of narcissists and mentality that's out here, and I'm so surprised you got a lot of people that support that type of stuff. You got a lot of people that support narcissists, and a lot of people can't ever stand in the same room because it's just the way they move. It's just the way they move in life. Say, you gotta judge people based on the character. That means you get judged based on your character. At the end of life, it only makes sense though. This life is to prepare you for your next. Then you pose to. You don't even judge based on your character. So these individuals that some people go across and they follow all the time, it makes sense that how is their character? And this is for those individuals that will literally quote the Bible, and the way they move is basically but the way they move is basically you know, they'll shun people. They shun individuals. And I'm telling you, that's why, like, this the crazy thing is history really repeats itself. Like, dude, I've seen people, you know, get on these platforms, get on these shows, and they're putting other people down. And I'm like, man, you came so far just to understanding something that you completely neglect the whole reason the New Testament came about in the first place. Like I always say, if it's an individual that clearly need help, should you not help them? Or should you look down and say, okay, let me figure out ways I can profit off the pain and the struggle? A lot of people that profit off the pain and people's suffering. And I think they got this philosophy from, you know, certain individuals. And people always fall victim saying, you know, bad publicity is good publicity. But well, for how long? You know what I'm saying? Like how long is that mindset just gonna stay there where the longer you keep putting individuals down and you got this bully mentality that it's gonna benefit you in the long run. You know, I always say, you know, people used to quote when I was younger, used to quote, you know, what would Jesus do? And all I'm gonna say is, you know, y'all characteristics, if your characteristics is you reflect the ones that you look up to. So you got some devilish characteristics, well, that's because you reflecting the devil, because that's who you look up to. That's all I'm saying. But it's no, you can't sugarcoat. You can't sit there and be asking questions like, oh man, I didn't even know what you claim to read every single day. Get judged off of characteristics, not how much money you made, what you deem as success in this world. I mean, shoot, what did Pac say? Did you make money? Did you make it in an easy way or did you make it in a sleazy way? So did you get over on individuals trying to make money and finances? You know? All because you were trying to make a G today? I mean, them the questions you gonna have to ask yourself. Or be reminded. You're gonna be reminded every single day. Like I always say, man, this is, you know, I always feel like you know, hey, what you go through is preparation. So what that mean is the biggest things that weigh people down is their own sins. You know, you wear your skin, you wear your sins on your skin, you can't run from it. You can't be judged by it. It's like the internet is preparing y'all unknowingly, and y'all so blind to it. Once y'all put something on the internet, it's on the internet. It's stuck. That's why I say it's best for you to stand on whatever you're gonna speak on, because when you put something there, it's gonna be stuck there forever. And a lot of times, you know, you always hear, well, I've heard, because I've seen different people's testimonies, that, you know, hell is like a purgatory, meaning it's of your own creation. You know, you get weighed down, you get judged by the things you've done, and you know, what's going on? Let me see something. Alright, so this is acting up, so I guess I'm about to get back on the computer, record me a couple videos, and we're gonna finish this conversation, man. I think it's an important one. So don't worry, I ain't going nowhere.